We are with Kristina Gomez, the general manager of Venture Lane, and we're here to find out what she's working on, what she's built here at this co-working space, accelerator, et cetera, what she loves about building in Boston, and some things to look out for. So Kristina, thank you for having me to your space today.
Thank you for coming, Matt.
Most important question, what is Venture Lane? Tell us about this place.
Absolutely. So what is Venture Lane other than the #1 spot for B2B tech startups in Boston? We are actually a startup hub. We do 3 main things. We do space, of course. So we're in this beautiful co-working space right now that you've gotten to know with 70 other companies and 150 members. Massive, I know. Why they stick with us, though, and what's so alluring about this space is 2 main things. So first, we categorize ourselves mainly for impact that we do here. So you mentioned our studio, so our Traction Accelerator, where we pick a few companies every year. We invest based off of some of the indicators that we see, and we run some programming with them to accelerate traction. The third thing about us is our community. So our community is one of those things that keeps on giving even outside of just our studio. So our community is filled with about 2,000 active members, and we even have a Slack of 3,000 members that you can get self-service support and resources for growing your company. Whether this is provider perks, whether this is just connections, whether this is attending one of our happy hours or making friends in the space, you never know how you're going to get impacted the most, and it's usually through those serendipitous connections.
Yeah, that's
so
great.
We like to think of ourselves as the place where you can come to meet people and make that happen.
Definitely. And Kristina, what do you love about building here in Boston at Venture Lane and the rest of the community?
Yeah, so I love many things about building in Boston, but I'm going to steal something from one of our beloved community members, David Lewis, that he mentioned today. So Kevin Bacon, the saying goes that he knows most of the celebrities in Hollywood within 6 degrees of separation to him. I would say the same goes for Boston, but what David brought to our attention is that within Boston, it's within 2 degrees of separation. So pretty much what that means is, Matt, if you're looking to get connected to someone whenever it comes to something that's impactful for your business, likely they're already in your network, and it's a matter of reaching out to 1 or 2 people, and within those connections that you already have, you can find that person who's really going to move the needle for you. Not only that, but it's really not hard because people in Boston are more willing to help than any other city that I've experienced. And that's what I love about it.
I definitely echo that. This is Kristina from Venture Lane. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
I found the Piction Health team, Pranav and Susan, the co-founders of Piction Health. We're going to talk about what they're building, what they love about building in Boston, and a startup or startups to have their eye on. We're going to do this very fast. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having us again. So we are building the largest dermatology practice in the world that uses AI to improve provider productivity by 15x.
And what do you both love about building in Boston?
We just ran into you. We like that there's tight community. And I mean, we're in healthcare and tech, right? And it's a good fusion of both of those things to build a real practice that has real impact, like Iora, like PillPack, like other awesome companies that have come before us.
Yeah, and we love being in the Boston tech scene as well because a lot of engineers are building in Boston, which is becoming a really cool place to build startups in as well.
And last, what startup or startup should we have our eye on other than Piction Health, which of course we are all watching, that you all have your eye on this summer?
I think Viv for your V is a fun Boston-based company that's consumer-oriented and the future of women's resources.
I just saw Janesh. So Uptime Health is a great company. They raised up round. Even Able Health, a shout out to Sam. So that's a great company.
They're awesome companies.
Pranav and Susan, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for having us.
I'm here with Matty Hogan, the co-founder of Pompeii Labs, and I want to hear what he's building, what he's thinking about when it comes to startups in Boston, and what he has his eye on. So Matty, thank you for being here today.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to be here.
First question, what is Pompeii Labs? What are you and your team building?
Yeah, so we've been doing it for about 2 years. We've been in the deep end of AI agent tech. So really experimenting with the deep end of how do you work with LLMs and how do you not just duct tape AI into a product and call that a good update. There's a really interesting intersection where you have a good product AI fit, which is something that we talk a lot about. So what we've essentially built over the last 6 months is we've accumulated our last 2 years of consulting knowledge, working with other businesses, and put that into a platform where businesses can leverage the value of agents and agents working with each other within an org workspace to increase operational efficiency, basically.
So be on the lookout for this team as they share more publicly what they're working on in the months ahead. What do you love about building in Boston, Matty? You've obviously, went to university here, then have built since. You've stayed. Why is that?
Yeah, honestly, I think the fact that I went to college here played a big role in that, because from college and beyond, and finding communities like here in Venture Lane, I've just found that everyone here is willing to network and talk and share ideas. So I just feel like it's a really good community that we find ourselves in here. It's awesome.
Definitely. Now, last question. What should we be on the lookout for, whether it's trend-wise with AI or even just other startups in Venture Lane or in Boston, beyond?
Yeah, trend-wise, I think one of the biggest things that we're looking out for is there's a lot of companies that are trying to do a lot with AI right now, obviously, but where the biggest value in AI is going to come from is the intersection of AI and data. So people that have proprietary or useful data to companies, to businesses, those are going to be the people that actually create value. So anything where you're giving AI good memory or good access to data, I think that's going to be really interesting companies that we see in the next couple of years.
Matty Hogan from Pompeii Labs, thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
I'm here with Jeff from getIntro. We're going to find out what he's building, what he loves about building in Boston, and some things to keep an eye on. So Jeff, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me. So I'm co-founder of getIntro, and we're in the business of helping salespeople get connected with the right decision makers in healthcare. So we're accelerating the sale of software and other things into healthcare institutions.
Very good business for Boston. Now, Jeff, what do you love about building here?
I've been in Boston for a long time, and I really love the diversity of the town. You look at the different industries that are here, the different types of people, and without a doubt, the academic institutions just add so much. I went to school at MIT, so I'm a little biased.
And last but not least, what should we know about what's being built here? Maybe that's startups you have your eye on, a startup, or some trends this summer and beyond.
There's a ton going on, obviously, in AI. We're an AI-first company ourselves, and without a doubt, Boston is a big healthcare town, and we're really excited to help bring healthcare into the big healthcare institutions, into the hospital organizations faster. We think there's a ton of opportunity to accelerate that process, bringing new innovations into clinicians and patients' hands faster. So we're really excited, really, to just bring all of those other amazing innovations into market sooner.
Amazing. This is Jeff from getIntro. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.